Hi, Mitch here. I just want to point out that I'm not a doctor, and everything that I'm talking about in this video is how it affects me. Diabetics all have different symptoms throughout their illness, and these are how I feel and what I found out through talking to doctors and nurses that have seen me. So when watching this, if you don't know something or you think something's not right, just go and have a look on the internet and see what you can find out. But these are the things that I found out and how it affects me, and hope that it helps other people with diabetes. Thank you. I'm going to do something a bit different today. Talk about health, my health. Recently I've been diagnosed with diabetes. And what does that mean to me? Well, before I was diagnosed, it meant nothing. I was a nurse for many years, and I saw many people with diabetes, and I always said to them, oh, just do this, do that. You know, stop worrying about it, get on with it. You know, it's your fault, you should do what you need to do. Now I've been diagnosed with diabetes, and part of it is my fault. Obviously, lack of exercise, eating the wrong things, overeating. They're all things that I can control. But realistically and statistically, we don't. We don't tend to look after ourselves that much. I mean, there's a small percentage that do. And even some people that look after themselves get diabetes. So I've been doing some research and what is diabetes, and I've found out some things that I didn't know about diabetes. For example, there are 3 types of diabetes. We've always been told there's type 1 and type 2, but there's actually type 2 plus, which is me. Type 1 is insulin controlled diabetes, where people basically need to control the diabetes by insulin, which is no fault of their own. They're either born with it or they get that. That's just their own body. And then there's type 2 diabetes, which is controlled by diet and exercise. And then there's type 2 stroke 3, which is controlled by a drug called metformin. And this is the one I'm on, and this is a drug that helps to keep those levels lower. I'm assuming that means that I can't do that through dietary reasons. I need more than just diet to help me with my levels. And so I take this metformin two times a day, morning and evening, and that helps keep my levels down. Now, I've just had a blood test and my levels are fine, but I'm still abusing my medication, really, because with the metformin you're meant to lower your diet and get your diet back up, so maybe wean yourself off metformin. However, I'm still eating crisps and chocolate and finding it really difficult to sort of basically thinking the drug will do the job for me. And it's dawned on me today while doing the research to this is that actually no, it won't, because what will actually happen is the metformin will no longer work, and I'll end up either on insulin or have one of these horrible side effects, and which can be things like blindness, kidney failure, loss of limb, sensory issues, loss of libido. All these things happen to you, or can happen to you, with diabetes. And I'm sure there are many other symptoms as well, but those are the main ones. And this video is really here so that I can do it. I can sort of be here and watch back and see what I've done and see if I've made any changes in my life. And I'm trying to make changes in my life, but it's not easy. I mean, this might sound really stupid, but something as simple as replacing potato. I don't like rice. You can't change it with pasta, because I like pasta, but pasta's also very starchy. So I'm struggling a little bit, but I know I have to do it. it's a life change. It's not just making, oh, I won't have that today. It's a life change. And changing my diet is the most difficult thing, because to be honest with you, I don't like exercise, and that's honest. Now that doesn't mean that I won't do it, because maybe I'll have to, but I don't like exercise. And most of my activities, most of my hobbies are YouTube, gaming, using my camera. So I've got to somehow change my lifestyle. I don't have a dog. I can't take a dog out for a walk or anything. So this is an attempt to record my attempt to change my lifestyle. And maybe while doing that and recording it, it'll help somebody else, or somebody else might come and say, well, we've tried this and we've tried that. But people say things like change, you can use other things instead of potato. But most of the things aren't, I mean, who doesn't like chips? Who doesn't like baked potatoes? Who doesn't like mashed potatoes? Who doesn't like roast potatoes? Do I really have to give up roast potatoes? Well, no. The answer to that question is no. But what I do have to give up is having potatoes every day. So I'm going to look at different things. For example, soups, those sort of things, more salads. Well, salad's fine. I don't mind salad. I can eat salad. It doesn't really fill you up very much, but you can have things with it. But I can have salads in the summer. But in the winter, no, it's not. And it's not feasible. It's not feasible. So according to my dietitian, the greener the vegetable, the better. Colourful vegetables are good. So that's the sort of pattern I'm going to go for, really. Colourful vegetables. So there's plenty of sort of books that you can get. And I'll put a little list of a few books up at the end that you can get. But just to summarise, really, I've only been diagnosed a few months. I seem to be coping okay, but the statistics frighten me. And you know, we all want to live as long as we possibly can. And I suppose when you're sort of confronted with something that could potentially shorten your life, you suddenly stand up. And I totally understand people not doing things. I totally understand people thinking, oh, I don't want to do this, because generally that's, you know, humans are generally lazy people, and we don't tend to do things until we have to do them. And you could argue, yeah, people go jogging and people go cycling and they do all these things. Mainly people do this as a lifestyle, but not a lifestyle choice. And you know, it's all very well being, you know, fit and healthy and running around. That's great, and keep doing it. But the majority of people aren't. And this is, well, you see this if you look at the statistics of around the world of how many people are overweight in the UK and in the United States. And we are generally overweight people. So this video is really being done to just sort of summarise how I feel about diabetes and how diabetes has affected me and what I'm going to do about it. I will do another one with more information on. This is just the first one, really, the sort of the shock one for me. And hopefully people will watch it and put their thumbs up and tell me that it was worth it to them. Like I said, if you've got any information that you can help me with, please do so and leave it in the comments. I will put a little list of books that are very good about diabetes, so that you can have a look at them or Google them. No one book personally has helped me, because everybody has their own idea of diabetes, but diabetes is very personal to you and how you look after it, and treat it and treat yourself. So I hope this video is helpful to someone. If so, like I said, thumbs up, so at least I know. Okay, if it's not, thumbs down, at least I know again. and I'll see you soon.